Good morning and welcome to a brand new project. Doesn't look like much at the moment. It's an old greenhouse here that's going to be going. There's lots of paving. This is all coming up. It's an old garden green shed, not the brown one that's staying. This is all going. And then what I'm going to be putting here is a raised Aquascape Ecosystem pond. So it's going to have stone walls. We raised up about 800 mil with a sunken depth, and we're going to put a waterfall in the corner. And we're going to build it up with some rocks, the typical Aquascape rock and gravel way. It's going to be a bit of a hybrid between formal and the natural pond, and hopefully we'll get that blend. And then we're going to be putting some Cotswold stone down on here to tie it all together with a new stone and a little planting area at the back for the customer. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Keep watching. So access through the garden from the back gate is via a small footpath through this green archway. And say, here's the first job, getting this all cleared, greenhouse gone, everything inside it, that green shed. I'm going to cut that tree back, all these pavers coming up. So yeah, get cracking, lots of work to do. So the greenhouse is gone. I'm just starting to excavate some of its foundations, footings. There's a few concrete blocks down there. Get all that soil out, and then it'll be getting these pavers out and then digging down for a new membrane and sub base, because this is all going to be stone chippings on here. And we have a little robin joining us. Okay, that'll do me for today. I'm going to leave some of these smaller pieces of hardcore here just to shift around in case I've got any extra low points when I take up this paving, which I'm going to leave for a little bit. What I really want to concentrate on is getting the foundations dug down and a concrete base done for the walls, for the retaining wall for the pond. I'm also going to get some black creosote or similar for the customer. She's asked if I could paint that fence, and I'm going to do, when I've got some spare time, when things are drying, once the wall's built, I have a bit of time just while that's setting, I can treat the rest of the fence for her where it's accessible. But get that done first, then I'm going to get the foundations dug down, get those concreted in for the arced wall that's going to be going in here, just get the shape in, and then start getting this up after that. But get some of the materials cleared off the driveway, then getting this wall started. So that'll be what I'll be doing tomorrow. I think the weather's meant to be a bit better tomorrow, so that rain, as you can see there, really affecting those low points, but hopefully that'll dry out and we get a first coat on that fence. Anyway, that's a lot of waffle. I will be back here in the morning. Till then, bye bye. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning. The water's all dried up down in the ground there where I dug out. So like I said at the end of yesterday, first things first, I'm going to give this fence a brush over, clean it off. I'm going to get a coat of Ronseal black fence treatment on there, and then we're going to mark out for this foundation. Say it's going to be 2 square sides and an arc. All will become apparent very soon, and then we're going to get some membrane down there, get some concrete foundation set, and yeah, that should be a good place to get going with this job today. Okay, so that is the concrete base all in. As you've seen, it's had the rebar laid halfway through for support. It's also got these vertical lengths of rebar which I've placed there. That is going to be used to support some perspex, which is going to be going at right angles here. That's basically to create an air gap between where I'm going to be planting from that perspex to the edge of the pond wall, which is going to be that way, the square edge, in case that panel needs to come out at any point, and also just to give some breathing room between the fence panel and that brickwork. That's what that perspex is going to be for. And we're going to have concrete blocks full height of the pond here. The liner and the protective fabric will be going on the inside of that, and then I'm going to be stacking some decorative stone. So I've got vertical drops. I've got to try and keep as much water space in here. If I start rocking out with boulders like I normally would, I'm very easily quickly going to be eating up all this inside space. So those two square right angled walls are going to be vertical drops. I'm going to have the decorative stone curved around here, and that will be the face front, and then on the inside of that I'm going to shelve it slightly with some rocks, and then we're going to be doing some planting like we normally would for an Aquascape Ecosystem pond. But I say I need those vertical walls that side with the waterfall coming over in the corner, just to give me as much water volume as I can in there. Otherwise it's just going to quickly be basically a big pit full of boulders and no water. Anyway, I'm going to let this set over the weekend now, and I will be back to start the block work and brickwork next week. Good morning. I thought of all that time lapse that you've just been watching, I'd better take a minute just to explain a few things, what's been happening, and what's going to be going on next with this job. Okay, so where shall we start? Obviously the rear concrete block wall has gone up. I left the height down in the corner there because that's going to be built up of rocks to hide the front face of the biofills where the liner is going to be coming up. So the liner is going to be covering this block work, and then I've got some of this, more of this stone here to stack up in front of that, so you won't be seeing that ugly concrete. Obviously we've got the sandstone block curved wall that's gone in. Now the height I'm up to now is where the liner is going to be coming up to and over, halfway over, and then there'll be one more course on top and then a cap to finish that off. So I'm leaving that to set for a bit now. As you saw, to create that arc I drilled a steel pin in the corner there, got my string line and curved out the bottom layer, as it were, bottom course of stone, and then it's a case of just keeping it level. As you saw earlier with the level, it's perfectly level across there. Even more important than normal when you've got a pond, because water doesn't lie. You soon see if there's any discrepancy in the level. I've had my electrician come first thing this morning, so we've got the new double socket up there Again, there's another course that's going to be disguised with some rock work and a plant. I've put it side on, so in the main viewing area you're not looking at the face of the socket, say the water, but it's going back there once the Cotswold stone is on the floor. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, before I continue filling, that's the other thing I've been doing, is filling up that with the soil at the back. I've got some nice topsoil to go on the top where the plants will be planted into. I'm going to be also next drilling overflow hole through the side for the pipe to go out, because obviously there's going to be no natural overflow with this pond. So if we have a heavy rainfall, I don't want it coming up past the liner level over the top. So we're going to get a overflow pipe put in and discharged that way, and also another hole so when the pipe from the pump comes up in that corner, it's going to go in that bed hidden to the back of the biofouls, which you'll see all that process in another video. So for now I'm going to get these drilled, and then what I'm going to do then is get some more of this area excavated. So this is all coming out, getting some more membrane down, some more MOT type 1, bringing this all the way forward. So for the last thing I'll be doing for this job, once this is all done, is a layer of the Cotswold stone chippings to finish it all off. I've got the biofouls in, it's level left to right as you can see, and then how I like to do it is just a slight tilt on the level going forward. So if I lift that up a slight, so it's just coming forward this way into the pond. So as you may or may not be able to see on the video, it started raining again. So I've got a couple of rocks, or 3 rocks, just at the back of that biofouls, just to get that started off. I'm not going to do too much more until I've got this layer of sandstone up in front. Then I can start building that berm up, planting and rocks, and I can really cover where I've got that perspex in the side of the biofouls, and that'll be dressed with some logs as well. But what I'm going to do now, I've got some surplus soil which I deliberately kept, got some here, I'm going to need some more. I'm going to start loading that in down the inside of here, create a shelf, so then we can start rocking up like we would inside a normal sunken Aquascape Ecosystem pond. So just really building up that layer, pack it down, and then the liner has got a curved shelf to come up against. So I'll carry on with that the rest of the day. I won't film it, and then hopefully tomorrow the sun will be out again, which will be lovely. And of course, the awkward thing about doing a raised pond is getting in and out. It's not like climbing down into the ground like normal. So a couple of hop ups and then up and down the wall, which obviously a little bit long-winded. The more things you need to do in there, but it's the only way really. Well, good morning. Today I'm going to finish off getting the rest of this area here membraned and the MOT type 1 compacted in. That way I've got a whole area now that I can tread on, that I'm not dragging mud and soil in and out in case it does rain again, which is a good thing. That means this area is all ready for the Cotswold stone to go in at the very end then. So after this is compacted in, next video I'm going to be showing you getting the liner in, getting the inside of the pond all done, connecting up the biofouls, all the rock work, all the planting, all the good stuff. Today will be the end of all the prep work really. So yeah, let's crack on with getting this down here. Okay, so that's it for part 1 of this pond build. Join me next time when I'm going to be getting the liner in, getting the underlay in, connecting up the biofouls. We've got a pump bolt going in, the plumbing, planting, and the rest of the faced sandstone blocks to cover everything up. So yeah, join me next week.